Hey, it's DocHoliday, and I wanted to kind of walk through and give you a video overview of souls and roles and how all that works. So as you go through the progression, you'll get your first 3 souls through the intro area. You'll pick up those right around that time period. In order to get your additional ones, which you can get, you need to wait till you're level 13. Once you're level 13, at each of the different NPCs that represent the different souls, so in that case I was just talking to the champion NPC, but I'll have a quest icon, so it's a little exclamation point that pops up. That was just me checking out, making sure I had my souls set up properly for this particular case. But each NPC will have one. You can only have one quest at a time, so you have to go do them individually. But essentially, you can go through and do these quests. Now, the other thing I wanted to show here is just to kind of give you a feel for the Defiant city. So this is Meridian. You can go through and get a feel for how that city looks, some different areas. I've walked by some of the central courtyard. This is another courtyard where some of the other trainers are, over off to your right there and ahead of you, and the Mount trainer was off to the left as I ran by. But this just kind of gives you a feel. I was really impressed with how big these cities are. They're actually a little overwhelming almost. But there are some good walkthroughs that are available. We've got a video up on the TGN channel that has some other walkthroughs of the city areas. So check that out. Just kind of popping up the dynamic map, get a feel for where things are. I love the fact that it goes transparent, so you can see through it, kind of see where things are. So I'm hopping ahead. In order to complete this quest, you have to get to a rift. And one of the things you have to do is you have to loot from the rift. You have to loot this thing called a plane shard. And it's just one of the items that'll pop out that'll be available from the event. You can notice the person in front of me is doing a similar quest to me, except he's doing it for the Ranger class. So what you end up having to do is when you finish rift and you get this plane shard, you'll notice the next stage of the quest is triggered, and there's this thing that's called a soul net. And basically what that will do is that you use that. This is me trying to figure out which item it was because I forgot. But you use the soul net, and what that'll do is that'll pop up and spawn this corrupted version of the soul that you want to go and capture. So in this case I'm trying to capture champion soul, so it pops up the corrupted version of it. So you go through, kill that version of that soul, and go through, and once you finish that, you'll then have the ability to go ahead and capture that soul. So there's another item that you'll have in your inventory that allow you to go ahead and capture that. So basically you have to go through for each of the different souls that you want, go through this process. Get the quest, go out, close a rift, get the loot, spawn the soul, capture the soul using the soul siphon, and once you do that, you then go back to the trainer, and they go ahead and give you that soul as an option. Now, once you have these souls, then comes down to, okay, well, what do I do with them? So in your at your trainer, you can go through, you can reset your souls. So essentially what happens is, as long as you don't put any points into a soul, you can go ahead and slot them in and out as you want to. But as soon as you put a point in your soul, you have to reset them here at your trainer. So this is your main trainer that you have. So in this case, my warrior trainer. It's a nominal fee, 2 gold. You see, I got over 1 plat, so 2 gold isn't too big of a deal. But in this case, since I haven't put points into all the skills, I don't necessarily have to worry about it. Now, the way roles work is roles you can customize and put together a predefined, based on how you specify it, methodology of how you want to set your character. So in this case, I've already purchased the role. The first role you purchase is 30 gold. Again, it's not too big of a deal. It's a little bit steep, but it's not that bad. So in this case, I've got 2 roles set up. You can see I've got the different trees set up, and for this case, the champion, I haven't put any points in it, so I can now go through and pick and choose different roles if I wanted to. I actually have all of the warrior souls on here. And you'll notice if I go ahead and select one that I already have, I can only preview the soul. I can't actually equip it. So just some kind of ideas there as to how that works. But in this case, this is my role that I'm setting up. This is going to be my DPS role. So if I want to go through and switch on the fly and go through and do that, I can go and do that. Now, one of the things to also notice is I got my toolbars all set up. I've got them all mapped down as to where I want things, where I want my skills, how I want that set up for that particular role. Roles, you can also go through and name them. Should be pretty obvious, but I went ahead and named mine DPS just so I don't forget and don't do something stupid. But I also have a tanking one that I set up. So this is kind of my initial tune that I was playing. So this is a Paladin Reaver Champion setup. So I go ahead and activate it. It switches my role, switches all those things out, and goes ahead and applies all that. and sets all those up. Again, champion, I haven't put points in it, so I could go through and swap that in and out if I want to, but I like champion because I like the charge. That's the main reason why I like the champion. Now, you'll quickly notice all my toolbars have changed. So not only does it change all your skills and your abilities, it changes your toolbars. It becomes a very powerful thing within Rift, and probably is one of my favorite features of the game, and that's really why I wanted to do this, partly because I was confused and I figured other folks could benefit from it.